Chapter 1200. At the train station, Wilbur and Eileen disembarked and arrived at the pier. The pier was usually active that day, and the ferries that headed to Millennium Island were not in operation. Meanwhile, a group of people were quarreling with the workers there. Wilbur listened in for a while and noticed that they were fighting because they could not get to Millennium Island. Wilbur looked at Eileen as he asked, "What do we do? Surely we can't fly over in broad daylight." "Don't worry. I've already arranged for a ship. No matter what, I'm still an elder of the Kiwanis Club." Eileen smiled slightly before she dialed a number. Not long after that, a cruise ship came over and stopped by the pier. Looking at that luxurious cruise ship, Wilbur smiled and said, "You really are rich." "I have enough to buy a ship at least." Eileen smiled as she boarded the ship. Wilbur followed her as well. At that moment, a young girl in sporting attire with a ponytail rushed over to Wilbur. "Hey, is this your ship?" "No," Wilbur said. The girl seemed a bit disappointed. Wilbur smiled slightly and got on. When she saw that, she shouted, "Hey, could you take us to Millennium Island? Please help us out." Wilbur looked at Eileen and said, "It's your ship. You can decide." "Why do you want to go there?" Eileen looked at the girl and asked. The girl said in a hurry, "I want to go attend the Kiwanis Club's party. Please help me out here." Eileen smiled slightly. "Come on." "Thank you." The girl happily called for her friends. At that moment, the group that had just been arguing with the workers at the pier all hurriedly rushed over and boarded the ship. The ship started to move toward Millennium Island. On the deck, Wilbur and Eileen enjoyed the sea breeze as they looked forward. At that moment, the girl and her companions walked over, thanking Eileen. "Thank you, I'm Joanna Locke. These are my friends Torsten Starr, Cynthia Gall, Tristan Sky, and Yinan Dean." As the girl thanked them, she introduced her companions. Eileen smiled slightly and said, "Does this event have anything to do with you all?" "We're fans of Seymour. We're just going over to support him," Joanna said excitedly. Wilbur looked at Eileen curiously, saying, "Seymour's fans?" "Seymour is one of the elders of the Kiwanis Club and is a gaming savant. He has quite a lot of fans," Eileen said with a smile. Wilbur nodded. Even though he did not play games, he knew that the fans were quite amazing. In particular, some of those mindless fans could be considered fanatics. They were detached from normal logic. "You don't know about Seymour," Joanna said as she looked at Wilbur. Wilbur smiled and said, "I'm sorry, but I don't play games." Joanna shook her head, saying, "Whatever. You wouldn't understand even if I told you. It's just that we heard that there are people who are trying to cause trouble for Seymour this time. We're here to help him out. We might just beat those people up, so they won't cause him any more trouble in the future." "Is it really that simple?" Wilbur felt a bit exasperated. Joanna said, "Seymour isn't just a top-tier businessman. He's also a top-tier gamer, and our idol as well. Someone as excellent as him can do no wrong. Anyone who wants to cause him trouble is either crazy or insane. In the end, we'll beat him up for Seymour's sake no matter what if we meet that person." "Yes, I'll definitely beat him up," that boy named Torsten shouted. The boy called Tristan showed off his well-toned body as he said viciously, "If I meet that Trevor Penn, I'll show him how solid my fist is." "That's right. If they challenge Seymour, then they need to suffer the consequences," Cynthia said unhappily. At the same time, Yinan, who had glasses on, said in a polite manner, "Seymour is a member of the Kiwanis Club. Trevor challenged the Kiwanis Club, which means he's challenging Seymour. We'll definitely be against him as loyal fans of Seymour." Wilbur could not help but sigh as he looked at those kids who were about 20 years old.